This week on Rocks in a Hard Place.
The issue is for us, it might feel like routine, but anything routine can become quite nasty quite quickly.
Ops Officer HAMMY and B-Flight go out on patrol. Two Squadron's current tour in Iraq is Flight Lieutenant Paul Hamilton's fourth in the country. Known as HAMMY, as Ops Officer, he's responsible for planning the Squadron's ground operations over the course of their 6 months in Basra.
In my role here, I need to be aware of everything that's going on within this kind of Basra area. We only plan a week in advance because everything changes. And out here, you need to remain flexible because a lot of what we do is life and death situations, and that is quite a lot of weight for the people in command, the flight commanders, the senior NCOs, the corporals, and the higher up the chain, the squadron commander and myself. We make decisions which we have to live by, and that's why we can't afford to be making mistakes.
As the main point of operations for British forces in Iraq, the COB is frequently host to VIP visitors from the rest of the country and abroad. In order to ensure the visitors' safety, two Squadron are often called on to provide a troop surge on the ground.
At the minute we're in what we call a vulnerable point, so the guys have to get out and clear it. The issue is that we're going to go out and do a patrol, and the insurgents probably know that we've gone there, and when we come back we're going to have the same scenario where they could drop an IED in the time that we're out on the ground. The IED's threat in this province is massive. It's becoming a problem. We've got all the kit, all the lads are extremely well trained, and touch wood, we'll be all right.
But it's not just the risk of roadside bombs that is of concern.
The locals and the enemy are extremely good at knowing everything we do, and that every time we leave this camp, we call it dict. In military terms, that actually means that somebody's watching us and they are informing other people to our location. And the way they do it is somebody spots us, somebody gets on a horn, starts beeping the horn, somebody releases, doves or birds of some kind. The key for us is, when we're being overt, which is i.e. we want people to see us, that's fine, because we want them to know we're there. But when we're being covert, that's when we need to think about it a little bit more, and our insertion methods of how we get out there without them knowing is key. When Basra Air Station was initially built, it was built by the Germans, and this is where they used to live. And once they moved out, this basically became an Iraqi kind of nice residence, and if you look at it, it is the nicest place you're going to see in this area. And now we call it airport camp, because a lot of the people that work on the airport live here. How you doing, lads? You alright? Okay?
Assalamu
alaikum. Alaikum salam.
What's your name?
Kids are everywhere. They'll nick anything off you as well. If it's not attached to you, they'll have it.
Yeah, they're all friendly now.
Yeah, okay.
They're always after looking through your weapon and all that sort of stuff, like simple things.
They're friendly to our faces, but what they do behind our backs, we don't know about. More likely than not, it's going to be either doing nothing to help us, or actively helping the forces that we're working against. So it's either inactivity or activity against us.
With the patrol over, and as we're leaving the village, there's a stark reminder of what this area has been through.
Well, last time we were here in 2005, you never used to have to wear your helmets. It was like, you go around with soft hats. Whereas now, wearing a pressure cooker on your head. Not good. For me, I've spent quite a lot of time in Iraq, particularly in this area. It's just, to be honest, just another patrol. Another patrol into another village, which I must have been into 100 times in the past. And, it's just, it becomes routine. But the issue is, for us, it might feel like routine, but anything routine can become quite nasty quite quickly. And everywhere you go, there's a high threat. So it seemed like a mundane patrol, but in the back of your head, you're always thinking, the blokes need to remain switched on. I'm bleating because obviously I just come back off patrol, and here I am sat behind a computer working, doing really interesting things like annual reports that need to be in tomorrow, apparently. So I'm really happy and I'm cracking on with it.
You have to be multifaceted, so you'll be able to flex from 1 minute being on patrol to the next minute being sat behind a PC writing a report. Some of us can cope with it, others can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't cope with it, obviously. Do you know what I mean? I do this job, it's good money, but the money doesn't really come into it. I enjoy the soldiering sides, the planning, the responsibility. You know, I've been away 7 times, I've been all around the world. I've, you know, done all sorts of crazy things, jumped out of planes, go on adventure training, been to Nepal with the Air Force. And I think, well, what would I do as a civvy? Well, I don't know, work behind a desk? I can't really see me doing that, 9 till 5. You know, the military has given me a lot. And it's trained me to do a certain thing. I've got a huge amount of responsibility. And I go to work and I enjoy the job.
Next time on Rocks in a Hard Place.
You know, considering the amount of income we get, living in a bit of a palace really.
I see how the squadron live and relax under the daily threat of rocket attacks.
You just hope for the best and no one's injured really.